Welcome back to Afternoon Express this glorious afternoon. So we are back now with Dr. Matobela Machekane, the founder of Clinimed, as well as Tobeko Luana, the managing director of the Do Good Circle, and Guy Cronier to chat about what inspired them to empower their communities and how you at home can also pay it forward. So welcome back to the show. I want to know, I mean, you guys are doing such good work at the Do Good Circle, obviously, and you're empowering your communities that you're going into so well. How can people help, like especially people surrounding those communities? How can they get involved? Like, what do you guys need to build and get even stronger?
We do need access to more, like for example, we can have university graduates that have studied IT who can just be part of the coaching team in our classes.
Mentorship.
And mentor. We are inviting also, especially in the community of Mthatha, because that's where we are, even the corporates that are in the community to just reach out to us on www.dogoodcircle to find out how they can extend their organizations for learnerships and any other, access to some level of skilling in their communities, well, within the region of Mthatha. So,
Amazing.
yeah, if people can just go to our website, www.dogoodcircle.co.za.
All of that information we will have on our website as well, afternoonexpress.co.za. Everything from today's show is going to be there.
Absolutely. Matobela, I want to find out from you, what is the biggest misconceptions that you get, especially going into these communities, about aesthetics and fixing your face? A lot of people don't want to touch, and mess with the magic. So how do you infiltrate and say, hey, this is not that bad?
I think the biggest misconception is that black doesn't crack.
I was about to
That is, I was saying.
Listen, out of all of my black friends, none of them need Botox.
And I think it's just the explanation behind of what the products that we use on your face are going to do more than anything. And the fact that if people don't do anything about it, what are the late repercussions that they're going to have to deal with?
A lot of people don't believe that, especially with darker melanated skin, that we don't need to use sunscreen. I mean, a lot of people
every day.
Absolutely. I use 50 plus, SPF 50 plus. I mean, just for these studio lights alone. So I really do believe that is incredible. And you guys, on our social media platforms, we've been asking everyone how they give back into the environmental do-gooding in their communities and how they recycle, basically. And we've got another comment here from Lindy van Logenberg. And she says, my kids and I make eco bricks. We take our plastic bottles, paper and cardboard and drop it off at a point. And we take our bottle tops and bread tags, and they are donated to their school to make wheelchairs. I mean, who knew that that was possible?
Oh, wow.
That is absolutely amazing. How else can people get in and get involved and make a difference, even with the smallest things?
Yeah, definitely a major thing that we could all be doing is composting. So dealing with our organic waste. 40% of the waste that goes to landfill in our country is organic waste. It's actually a resource that we should be using. So you can easily do that by setting up a 3-bin system in your house or your office where there's a specific bin for organic waste. That's your banana
But
peels.
doesn't that compost itself in the landfill?
It doesn't
I don't know
actually.
how it
So
works.
landfill is not an environment, a composting environment.
Oh, okay.
So essentially it just rots and gives off methane gas, which is a terrible greenhouse gas that we want to try to eradicate as much as possible. So you want to actually compost it to turn it into healthy soils that we can use and use as a resource.
So what's the easiest way to do that? Like you were talking about the 3 bins at our home. Please, I mean, explain it to me as if I'm a child, because
Cool,
I've
yeah.
got 1 bin at home and I feel like I need 3 now.
So basically you have 3 bins, funnily enough. One for all your organic waste, so your offcuts, your fruit peels, all that kind of stuff, and that you can either put into a home organic compost heap, or you can, there's lots of places, there's a few places here in Cape Town that do it, that will take that waste and compost it for you. You then need a recycling bin, so that's for your metals, your glass, your plastics that get recycled and go through their streams. And then you have your other waste that eventually goes to landfill, and we want to minimize that waste as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we've got another comment here from Ngakane Khomutso, and they say reducing single-use plastic consumption, thank you, Jeannie, is the best way to combat plastic pollution. Ladies, I don't know how you feel about this. What are you doing in your communities to recycle and reduce your carbon
I know what
footprint?
Dr. Machakane is doing with the plastics.
Me,
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to shop less and really recycle my clothes as much as possible.
Yeah.
And at home even, yeah. So I've stopped buying all new plastics every time I go grocery shopping. It's been a difficult habit to break, but I think I'm getting there.
Clothes are a great one. Thrift stores, like there's some great finds at thrift stores. You know, like it's a great.
I was actually going to say that I read an article recently saying that yes, plastic is, there's so much that's damaging, but so our clothes are also. There's just a glut of all these clothes. So yeah, handing them over to thrift stores.
Absolutely, and on that note, talking about shopping bags, we've got Samkelisiwe Dladla here that says we must use paper bags when we go shopping. So she's right on that note with you.
Okay, so I was thinking about this recently. So plastic is bad but isn't paper also bad because then we're going to cut down so many trees?
It depends on where they're sourcing those trees from. So, us, for example, all of our paper products are FSC certified, so they come from sustainable forests.
Okay.
So it's a renewable resource. So
Okay.
it's not just going out into your local environment and chopping down a tree and using that. It's actually a managed environment, a managed source of wood. Yeah.
Okay, because I freak out about recycling of paper and everything all of the time. So now, of course, this is Mandela Month. What are you doing tomorrow for your 67 minutes of service?
So we actually work very closely with an organisation in Khayelitsha called Yiza Ikaya. It's a shelter that feeds children and elderly people in the community. So we've done a massive drive to get, clients of ours and people in our communities to drop off donations. We also launched a new website for them where you can make donations, like cash donations. So we're going to be heading through with all those donations tomorrow and dropping it off and just saying how's it to Mama Mickey, who heads up the area, and just spend some time with them.
Doctor, what will you be doing for your 67 minutes?
Okay, what we decided to do was to offer free healthcare services for kids just for tomorrow in all our 3 branches. So most of the people can come in for a quick kids checkup or immunization, whatever, then there won't be any charges on
Do you
that.
do dental as well?
Yes, we do.
Amazing.
We do have dental work.
Oh, if anybody is close to your clinic, that's a good one, to take your kids for good free dental checkups. That's a good one.
Thank
Because you've got to clean your teeth like at a dentist, like every 6 months or
That's
something.
incredible. I definitely need. I'm going to come straight to you. I know who to trust.
You're going to the dentist.
I love that. And speaking about kids, I mean, I heard you guys talking at the top of the show about coding in little kids. I've got a niece and nephew. One is like 4. The niece is 5 years old. The nephew is 7. Over the weekend, just casually, they're learning how to code.
Yeah.
They're sitting
that's
at
like learning a
computers.
whole
I'm like,
language.
what?
It's like learning, there's lots of different ways to code because there's like Python and they're all different languages, basically. It's genius.
That really is genius. I mean, I can only imagine how these kids are going to evolve and just kind of soar by the time they're 20.
How young can they be? Or like how old and young are the children that are learning how to code?
No, even in preschool, there's very, very basic, because it's something that we should have started learning years ago. We are really catching up, but I mean, it's the best time now. So even for preschoolers, there are coding programs that they can start getting used to.
And is coding numbers based? Like, do you need a basic education of mathematics and science in order to learn how to code?
You do, but you can do coding without those. The critical thing is you need to be a problem solver. You need to have very strong analytical skills because it's all about just creatively solving issues and creating.
And what kind of jobs will kids be able to find and create if they've got the skill of coding under their belts?
The beautiful thing is we're going to we're not even going into it. We're in it right now. Artificial intelligence. It's all about the technical, mechanical, but you need to be able to create using technology. But also, the world of apps, which is where the entrepreneurial flair will come in. And we've seen what your Facebooks have done. We've seen what your Instagram organizations have done. So that's the area. You just need to be creative and be able to create and think analytically and solve using technology.
It really is the Kardashian era. They're artificial and intelligent.
I love that. I think the sky is truly the limit here. Oh, tomorrow is Mandela Day. I'm looking
I know.
very,
What are you
very
doing for your
forward to it.
67 minutes?
So we decided to go to a shelter shelter here in Cape Town called the Haven Nights Shelter. And we kind of cooked for them, we made food, giving back. I think I want to do more though. I think it's not only about the 67 minutes, but it's about everyone around the world and around our country doing the little bit that they can daily and have that have a ripple effect and kind of go and spread the love. And yourself, Jeannie?
So I am an entrepreneur. I've got my own business, and other female friends of mine that have got their own businesses. We're doing female pamper packages, especially for women in shelters and homeless women. So to get them all the female things that they will need just to restore their dignity.
I feel like they say charity starts at home, so I'd love a pamper package.
You get pampered literally every single day. You've got no shortage of pampering.
I love it though.
Thank you so much to all of our guests for being here today. It really is such an exciting time that we're living now, because we are living in the future. And hopefully we can clean that future up and clean our oceans up.
With beautiful
and
faces.
looking good. Fantastic. Thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having us.
And really creating a better tomorrow for our youth.
Thank you.
That's the point, I suppose.
Always.
And thank you so much at home for joining us. And thank you for all of your input on our socials. We really do love hearing from you. We'll be back again tomorrow because we meet self-taught visual artist Enoch Mhlangeni, who makes the most, or most of his art using coffee beans. How incredible. Oh, he's a genius. I love, love, love artists.
Absolutely. We look forward to joining you again tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Afternoon Express. Good night, God bless, and happy eating. Mwah.
Where is that future?
Where is that?